I'm going to start this video with one question. How do we view yourself? How do you view yourself? There is no good, there is no bad answer. You simply has to be just honest with yourself. And I'm gonna show you two pictures. This is me about 6 years ago, no, over 8 years ago. And this is me now, basically. So obviously, this is something I knew. I didn't want to be skinny. So therefore, all my decision, everything I did, so in a sense is to that picture. So that's why I'm asking you the question, because how do you view yourself? And there is no good, bad answer. Like I said, it's simply like we have to be true with ourselves to answer the question as we want to be. And from there, we start the process, basically. And I wrote a post about it, something like that, similar. And basically, I'm gonna read it to you, obviously. See ourselves as a big rock that we have to use to carve into the person we imagine ourselves and we want ourselves to be. Carve daily with intention to make it resemble the picture we have in mind. Sometimes the picture will change, but keep at it for the version we want. I believe that is the meaning also of life after all. Anything that we put time and efforts, we start to value it and respect it. Once we do that to ourselves, others has no choice to do the same to us. Each work is gonna be different, so each person is going to do a different work than the other. And the goal is simply you make a sculpture that look exactly with the person you have in mind. That someone can be someone fit, can be someone that want to go, that can be someone, whatever the idea you have in mind, well, you want basically eventually your sculpture to look like that. And obviously with time, so once we basically have the picture we want, once we have the idea that we want, is basically simply to close the gap. So the idea, and we have the end goal. So basically from now to the end goal, so what can I do to close that gap? And the goal is, so this is where we're going to try to find habits, things to do to just overall close that gap. And at some point in the process, basically, you're gonna feel like it's automatic. You don't have to think it about too much, exactly what to do, and you continue continually doing it every single day. So that's the goal. So for example, if I take an example for myself, so I went from this to this, and it spent like, I don't know, 8 years. It took time, to be honest, it took time. But it doesn't really matter as much. Someone it might take it way less time, it might take more time, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because you're moving toward the objective. You're moving toward the idea we want. And so that's why we don't necessarily need to stress with ourselves with the timeline. We're simply going with it. And that's also the point of life. You going toward the ideal version, the goals and everything. And as long you going towards that, you're doing the action that you can do towards that, do your job. And after that is basically you let the odds played out. And you will see also with time, the objective you have will change, the idea you want, the person you want will change. And that's okay. You simply you're doing the same process again and again. And eventually, basically, it's gonna be the same thing continuously until you die. And also, I think it's kind of the point of life, in a sense, because you're just being the best aligned version of yourself, looking all the time. Yeah. Yeah. So, and also I can, for me, I see myself as a fit person. I cannot, it's hard for me to just stay at home for a day, just do nothing, not move my body, not do something, because at some point it doesn't require as much effort, you might think, because like it's so much in automatics and your body basically it just know in a sense like this is what you want. For myself to just going outside, move my body, to do some exercise, it become like automatic. So I don't have to think it twice. I don't have to bother myself that much. I simply do because I've trained myself so much. So to a point, this is I feel more discomfort staying at home than basically going outside to do something. And at some point, it's gonna be a little bit the same in the process. So it's gonna use to it. You're gonna be used to it so much to a point where not doing it feel like uncomfortable. And this is a little bit where you want to be, to a point where everything you're doing everything and everything gonna look like effortlessly at some point, and you still going toward the direction you want, but everything gonna feel like effortlessly because you already train yourself to that direction. You already train your every single self in your cells and your body to just do that, to just achieve the objective you want. So, and obviously I wish the video I'm making right now were really straight to the point, really direct, really very clear. I hope it's clear. And so I'm just going to leave it right there. And so this is just thought from someone no different basically than you, and just sharing. I don't know, just sharing stuff. Just like maybe like it's also for me because in a sense also I'm trying to make sense to life. I'm trying to not be like so caught up in everyday stuff, to be so caught up and just surviving, living. And so, anyway, so I hope, like I said, I hope that makes sense. And thank you again for whatever one watching. Obviously, make sure to subscribe and follow, and see you soon.